semifinal game 2 between the number 1 Oswego Lakers and the number 5 Lakeridge Pacers. In accordance with the OGLA and USA Lacrosse rules of sportsmanship, we ask all fans to respect all players, coaches, and officials and work to keep tonight's atmosphere positive. And now to introduce the Lakeridge Pacers from the Three Rivers League. Playing for the Pacers tonight, number 1, Chase Speakerman. Number 2, Taylor Forsyth. Number 3, Avery French. Number 4, Emma Masuri. Number 5, Valerie Elizabeth Stefan. Number 6, Ava Hurt. Number 7, Kayla Newton. 8, Reese Forsyth. Number 9, Tara Trott-Gulben. Number 10, Grace Hart. Number 11, Serafina Yo. Lucky number 13, Annie Lynn. Number 14, Caitlin Booten. Number 15, Sophia Wallstrom. Number 16, Grace Wall. Number 17, Diana Mountain. 19, Charlotte Hillstaff. Number 19, Cindy Piltmeyer. Number 20, Grace Houlihan. Number 21, Julia Lynn. Number 22, Ashley Wagner. 24, Annika Hansen. And last but not least, 25, Britt. Pacers are coached by Mackenzie Colson and assisted by Sydney Reilly and Pat Nasso. And the Lakers, number 1, Lala Turley. Number 2, Ella Oliva. Number 3, Maggie Blacker. Number 4, Evan Schmeier. Number 6, Riley Millen. Number 7, Parker Lem. Number 9, Marion Kelly. Number 10, Millie Prager. Number 11, Stella Lassus. Lucky number 13, Barrett Doe. Number 14, Olivia Jordan. Number 17, Meredith Rubenstein. Number 22, Una O'Hare. Number 24, C. Coleman. 25, Daphne Heath. Number 33, Anna Materi. 35, Olivia Schaefer. Number 45, Lucy Weinschneider. And number 46, Louise Silva. Lakers are coached by Paige Timber and assisted by Ken Wetzel. All right, folks, if you would stand and remove your hats and get ready for the national anthem.
Good evening. evening, Oregon lacrosse fans. Welcome to our second semifinal matchup for today, this time versus Lake Oswego and Lakeridge High School. I'm Britt Hartmann, and I have Sean Hansen here with me. It's a beautiful Oregon lacrosse evening. Looks like Sean Hansen brought the sunshine with her from California. How you doing, Sean?
Doing well. Thanks for having me up here from University of Redlands. Excited to be on the color again. Looks like we'll have Battle of the Lake tonight.
Battle of the Lake. Age-old, as story as old as time, right?
So they say.
All right, how are we looking tonight? What are you thinking the matchup is going to look like, Sean?
History of this year tells us it's Lake Oswego's to lose. You know, they're the only one in Oregon to put up 12 or more goals on them was Jesuit. They beat Jesuit, who was the state champion for the last 2 years. They took a trip actually down to California in late March and played some of our top high school teams down in California. Took some licks there, but I think probably learned a lot. And I think it's probably Lake Oswego's to lose. Talking with Colson over at Lakeridge, she kind of feels they're the underdog and they're kind of playing with a little bit of underdog mentality. Coming into this, I think that's the mentality they have, and, they're hoping to show up better than they did the first time around. Coach Colson said she didn't, and I quote, she didn't even know who that team was that played.
Looks like White moved early. Illegal draw, number 10, Millie Prager. Lakeridge gets the ball. Quick cause turnover by Millie Prager. She gets it, able to move it down safely over the restraining line. Nobody ahead of her, so she decides to go towards the cage. Pulls back out, quick pass. Going through X there. Number 11, Stella Lasis with the ball, moves it up to number 13, Barrett Doan. Marin Kelly with the ball up top. Explosive drive, able to draw 3 defenders. Good crash by Lakeridge to be able to slow that down.
3 seconds call, I think there. 3 seconds is a little bit of a funny one in women's lacrosse. It's kind of the opposite of basketball. So if you're inside the 8 meter, or you can kind of think of it like the key, and you're not marked up with someone defensively, that's going to be the call there.
Quick dump pass up to Marin Kelly. Able to reset her drive again. Huge dodge and a finish. Stick side hip.
Yeah, Kelly with a ton of power on that shot. Just got her hands free and followed through hard. Senior for this Lake Oswego team. A captain, first team TRL, player of the year for TRL. So she's definitely going to be a player to watch, as the game continues. Obviously, Lake Oswego feels they have like a great unit. I mean, they have the attackers and Marin Kelly and Stella, and then they have a really strong midfield group that kind of returned from last year's finals in this junior class. So players all over the field.
Millie Prager with the draw control.
And Prager really played more of that Fogo, as we call it in men's lacrosse, and I dubbed it the Drago last year, which was the draw off, get off. But, staying in there this year and playing kind of both ways, which is great to see her develop as that two-way midi.
Stella Lasis with an errant pass. Marin Kelly able to pick it up over to Barrett Doan. Little two-person game happening. Barrett Doan with a drive. Kind of forced through a couple sticks there. Looks like one of them went through her sphere. Going to be Barrett Doan's ball on the second inside hash. Foul call on number 21, Juliet Lamb. Correction, they're switching it up. Foul called on number 22, Ashlyn Weiler. fake high, shoot low. Barrett Doan with the goal.
Yeah, just dropped the handle there. Slid one in. That's Hulan. You know, Lakeridge, as Coach Colson said, is kind of the underdog in this fight. You know, looking at their roster and looking at their team, there's kind of a lot of younger players getting plenty of playing time. You know, she gave some shout outs to Lamb, who you mentioned, Ann Wheeler, a first year and a second year. So newer to the varsity team, newer to the program, and even newer to taking the draw. Colson said before this year, Wheeler hadn't really taken the draw before, so it kind of developed her as a draw taker, got kind of her strong players on the circle, ready to track, and, you know, serve them well.
Officials calling a redraw there.
Redraw.
So
we have number 22, Ashlyn Weiler, and number 10, Millie Prager for Lake Oswego taking that draw. Current score is 2-0 with about 9 minutes left in this quarter.
Can't believe 2 goals have already happened. Seems crazy.
Lake Oswego with the draw control. That's number 1, Lila Turley. Running free through the center of the field there. Lakeridge able to get body positioning to slow down that fast break. Marin Kelly with the ball up top. Parker Lem with a quick drive to try to draw 2, pulls back out to Marin Kelly. Quick split dodge by Marin Kelly, able to roll back with a shot that went wide. Lake Oswego able to chase and get that ball back. It's Reese Forseth with the chase there. Millie Prager with the ball, moving it back through Reese. Up to Prager, up to Kelly. Over to Doan. Doan with a lane to her right-hand side, able to cut back and score. High to low shot again.
And a quick 3-0 start for Lake Oswego. Probably just the start Coach Timberg was hoping for. Ella's has an easy path right now. Lakeridge needs to respond with either a draw win or something defensively here.
Looks like Lakeridge is putting 5 behind the line on the defensive end. Hopefully trying to slow down that fast break. We have number 22, Ashlyn Weiler, and number 10, Millie Prager on the draw. Taking a while to set up that draw there. I gotta make sure it's correct. Going with a redraw. Ball has to go all the way over heads at the high school level.
Yeah, it seems like the officials are having a little bit of trouble with the setup. We've had a false start. We've had a couple redraws. We've had like 1 clean draw.
1 clean draw.
Yeah.
Looks like Lakeridge switched their draw taker. I think it's number 21, Juliet Lamb. Can't see her jersey number from here, but I believe that's who it is.
Going with Lamb there.
And for the draw for the Pacers, number 21, Juliet Lamb. I think it's number 10, the Lakers, Millie Prager.
Still looks like they're having trouble with the setup there.
Gonna do another redraw. Bit of confusion on the field there.
I kind of agreed with Coach Timberg. The last one the one that did get away, we'll call it, did kind of go just above the shoulder there, and now it's happened twice, and they're calling the redraw. Neither coaching staff seems pleased with the slow start we're having here.
Looks like one of our officials has moved in to hopefully kind of look at that draw, give a second set of eyes. That ball goes straight up.
Yeah, no question there.
Lake Oswego able to pick that up over the line. Looks like that's number 14, Olivia Jordan. OJ as she goes by. Parker Lem moving down the middle of the field. Lakeridge able to slow down that fast break with quick contact inside the 8. Stella Lasis with the ball on the backside. Moving it through Kelly. Up to Prager. Back up to Kelly. Looking for a quick feed over to Millie Prager.
Yeah, Prager was wide open on the doorstep. Maybe had too much time there to think about her shot placement.
Was that a save or a check? I couldn't tell.
I think Prager just put it a little bit wide. I think she just had too much time to think about it.
7, Parker Lem with the drive. Looks like we had a held flag for a through the sphere.
Yeah, Lem has a serious burst of speed on her. Likes to keep it in her right, but serious speed. She's committed to Colorado, Boulder. Getting a great athlete out of her.
Top center hash. Fake one way, shoot the opposite. Finishes stick side hip against Grace Houlihan.
So up 4-0. About halfway through the first quarter here. Lakeridge's gonna need some answers for this high-powered octane of Lake Oswego. And you know, we haven't even got to talk about their defense yet, but as I mentioned, you know, the only team in Oregon that was able to put up 12 or more goals on them was Jesuit, who we saw play earlier tonight. So Lake Oswego obviously has a stout defense as well that we haven't yet got to see.
Millie Prager and number 21, Juliet Lamb on the draw. Struggling to set it up again.
Yeah, 3 officials now.
All 3 of them, yeah. Must be a tough one. I know that Millie Prager plays with that draw stick. That's one of the harder ones to set up for some officials, especially if it's matched up against a stick that is not the draw stick. One of the nuances of women's lacrosse. Looked to me like Lakeridge may have moved a little bit early there, but Lake Oswego still comes up with the draw. Parker Lem moves it up to Lila Turley.
Yeah, an illegal substitution technically with that draw stick on the side. I think Lakeridge got away with a warning there. Officials are maybe feeling more charitable than our earlier crew.
Perhaps. Prager with the ball. Dodge inside with a held flag, able to finish. Off stick hip. That's Millie Prager with the goal, up 5-0.
Yeah, and besides that timeout, Coach Colson wants to chat. Yeah, I mean, Lake Oswego hasn't even really gotten to their offensive yet. They've just kind of been dodging 1v1, using their speed, using different players. We got Kelly, Doan for a double, Lem, Prager. You know, I think they play as a unit. That's something Coach Timberg really talked about, and they play with a lot of discipline. And I think last year when they got to this point, I think maybe they were even a little surprised, and now they're, you know, primed and ready for it. The junior class in the midfield is, you know, studs. They have D1 commits, and Turley going to San Diego State, Lem, Colorado, Kelly, I think she's going to
High Point.
High Point, yeah. Prager, Williams and Mary, Doan also going to San Diego State University, and then Rubenstein, who we haven't really got to talk about, heading to Furman, I believe. So, you know, a bunch of class athletes there, you know, heavy in the junior class. And obviously, you know, sharing the ball right now with
Absolutely.
4 different goal scorers.
If we have 4 different goal scorers, it's not necessarily someone that you can shut down. What is your answer if you're Lakeridge?
I mean, they got to move their feet defensively right now. They got to send slides and communicate. They haven't really pushed Lakeridge to find the second pass or the third pass yet. So, push LO to at least do that, which might mean, pressing out a little bit higher than they're used to so they can get that second slide. The only time they really slid is on when everyone slid and then Prager was open on the doorstep. I don't know if Coach Colson has a zone in her back pocket, but just a different look maybe might be something they're interested in doing. But they definitely need to come up with an answer. 'Cause down 5-0 halfway through the first quarter, probably not the story start Coach Colson was hoping for.
We will see what they have to answer. Current score 5-0, 5 minutes and 49 seconds left in this first period. After a timeout, we have Millie Prager walking up to the draw. We'll see who Lakeridge chooses to have answer. Looks like number 21, Juliet Lamb, stepping up to take that draw against number 10, Millie Prager.
And Prager winning it out into space right now. Turley able to run onto it. Elo's blessed with some speed on the circle, that's for sure.
Speed on the circle and ability to box out on that ground ball as well.
It's like Prager's checking her shoulder, communication within her draw group there, telling Turley where to go. And what do you know?
Huge draw control by Lila Turley. Great direction by Millie Prager. Turley moving it down through Mullen.
Wide open there, too, if Ella wanted to hit the gas pedal. Opted not to, but she was standing on the doorstep.
Looks like we have a foul called. They placed them at 12. Quick pass off of that. Free position over to Millie Prager. Looking for an option inside. Doan with the ball. Over to Kelly. Kelly with a drive and a back roll and a finish. That is unstoppable.
Yeah, she was ready to rip that righty, and then when the edge closed with Lamb, she just rolled right back and dunked it basically with her left hand. Great use of both hands from her. If younger players are watching this, that's the move. To be able to, they take one thing away from you, just take what they give you, which is the roll back there. So awesome job by Kelly to be able to do that. And again, Lakeridge is going to need something in their back pocket here. It would help if they could win a draw.
True. Looks like we've shifted the draw over a little bit.
Yeah, outside circle players there. French has moved.
Looks like Prager decided to self-draw behind her based on where the pressure was. Really smart draw taker right there. Prager moving the ball down. Moving it up to Turley. Over to Lem. Out to Kelly. Down with Mullen behind GLE. Mullen with a drive and a bounce shot finish.
And almost like Mullen just lulled her defender into sleep there, and then she didn't even really dodge. She just completely accelerated, kept it righty up, and went to goal.
7-0, 4 minutes and 32 seconds left in this first period.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if, Lakeridge is obviously coming off like a pretty big win high of that overtime win against Grants. And I'm wondering if they're just, emotionally drained, physically drained from that. Sometimes those big wins, it's hard to get back up again.
Get traction.
Yeah, and, Lakeridge's season has really been up and down. They've lost to Jesuit and Grant, OES, and even St. Mary's this season.
Self-draw from Prager. across the body called. Lakeridge in a quick ride, trying to get that ball turned over. Ball out to Lakeridge. We have it through the sphere called. It's going to stay with Lake Oswego. Ball down to Lem. Check that, that's Stella Laces. Up to Kelly. Over to Prager. Up to Doan. Doan looking to drive. Drew two defenders, quick feed into Millie Prager and a finish. Beautiful snag.
Yeah, slide came that time, but they did not get the second slide. So when you slide from low to high and that leaves the low player open, you know, nice job by Prager cutting, and good job from her teammate to keep her head up and find her wide open on the doorstep. But again, it's all Lake Oswego at this point.
Very smart attacking play. This game is already a very different story than our first semifinal matchup today.
Yeah, and you know, the scary part is with Lakeridge, they're gonna have to score a lot of goals. I mean, they're gonna have to go quick, which is probably not how they wanted to play this one. Here's a great opportunity though. Oh.
Come up with that draw control, but a quick, all right, fouled. Lakeridge keeps it. Ashlyn Weiler with that draw control. Monternog, 17, looking to feed. Fakes that feed, passes it low to Chase Speakerman instead. Chase with a drive and an errant pass through the middle. It comes up Lake Oswego. Quick pass up to Prager.
And that was that shoulder, over the shoulder pass I was looking for OES earlier to do. Prager with a nice look.
It's one of the hardest skills to be able to learn, but once you can, it's amazing. And a quick feed from Millie Prager over to number 7, Parker Lem, for a goal. 9-0.
Yeah, I believe that was Turley.
Apologies. Lila Turley scored that goal.
Yeah, I think it was a quick give, and I think she got it right back.
9-0, 2 minutes and 43 seconds.
Lakeridge midfield, it's gonna need to find a way to win this draw group right here. Lake Oswego is
crushing
fighting
on those
hard.
caused
Yeah,
turnovers.
winning the draw. If I was Lakeridge, I probably would have taken a little bit more time off the clock just because it was our first
chance on attack.
Yeah, just first time with the ball, but understand the need to go quickly. That was that over the shoulder.
Lila Turley with that draw control. Quick feed into Doan with nobody on her.
Still good ability to hitch a little bit and shoot around the goalkeeper. Not much the goalie can do on a lot of these shots that have happened, and they've just been bam, bam on the doorstep.
We're up 10-0, which puts this game at running clock. Lakeridge is going to have to get this draw and get a quick goal to be able to stop that clock for themselves.
I might just want to see the quarter out at this point.
Possibly.
Try to regroup.
Figure out a game
break.
plan.
Yeah. You know, almost at this point off the draw, you might just want to go with wherever Millie's going and try to get it to be overplayed a little bit and hedge your bet with, you know, French and see if she can win something, you know, off the ground or out of the air if it's kind of overplayed.
Great check by French and a pickup.
So they got about 110 to work with here. They're only their second time in their offensive end. Probably work it around once.
Shooting space called.
I don't think Coach Timberg is happy with that. She's saying at the 12. I don't think that was my issue personally with the call. I don't think she was looking to shoot.
Part of the things with shooting space, there are multiple things that the officials look at. One is where her hands are. Two is if she's driving and looking to shoot. And three, they have to be within a 6 length. Big check, but it goes in anyway.
I think the check kind of helped French in that sense, because that's really hard for a goalie to read as you're trying to make a save, and then it kind of dupes over the top of you, but it does stop the clock. Hopefully that gives Lakeridge a little bit of confidence going into this. We can score if we can just get the ball. And that was kind of all French all the way. She had the check, she got the ball, took it down, got the shooting space.
Absolutely. French coming up big in these playoff games, scored the game-winning goal against Grant in overtime. We'll see what she can do on this draw control here.
Yeah, 32 seconds, so if you're Lakeridge, you want to win the draw and get one more look on goal. If you're Lake Oswego, you probably want to go up by 10 before going in.
Illegal draw called on blue. It's going to be white ball. Wonder if the officials saw her move early there.
So Lakeridge really can't afford
illegal draws on those.
Yeah, and they really shouldn't allow another goal here. 15 seconds left to play. Just got to clamp down, really communicate on defense.
You can hear Lake Oswego yelling, one more, one more. They want that last goal right before the quarter.
5
seconds left.
I don't know if they're getting it.
Not enough time.
Yeah, I don't know if they were quite aware of the time and how quick it was.
How close it was.
Yeah, coming down there.
Well, after the first quarter, we are Lake Oswego 10, Lakeridge 1. 2 minutes break for Lakeridge to hopefully regroup. What are you telling your team, Sean?
There's so much to tell your team in 2 minutes. I think you just have to try to focus on one segment, like one piece in each segment. So defensively, they need to communicate more. I think they need to step higher so they can see those slides. So I would really focus on my communication piece. In the draw circle, I think they're just going to have to do something to mix it up. Either French is just going to have to run through Prager's stick like she did, or they're going to need to continue to switch up the draw takers just to see if they can get it away from where Prager's winning it. Because right now, Prager's in control. Offensively, we haven't really seen much of them play offense, but I'm sure Coach Colson has them firing on all cylinders once they're able to get the ball down there. We got to see them win the draw first.
Absolutely. Draw is one of the most interesting parts of our game, I think. Hopefully they will figure out a way to kind of shift it up and get it away from Prager, and I think Parker Lem or Lila Turley on the other side able to get those draw controls away from Lakeridge. We'll see what they come up with.
Coach Colson's definitely fired up, giving an animated speech to her team.
Trying to wake them up a little bit.
Yeah. Again, I think they had a tough battle to get here against Grant with the 9-8 victory. A narrow victory, a battle. So they gotta re-fire up again and get after Lake Oswego here if they want to have a game.
About to start the second quarter of this semifinal matchup of Lake Oswego and Lakeridge. Current score, Lake Oswego 10, Lakeridge 1.
Weaving in the goalkeeper here. That's something I think we always see at the college level is kind of a goalkeeper switch to kind of see if the communication changes or, if the defense can step up.
Get a different look, potentially.
Yeah, but Coach Colson opting to Stay with Houlihan.
Lakers, number 45, Lucy Lash.
Looks like we still have the same draw crew going back to Wheeler.
And Millie Prager.
Yes, number 10, of the Lakers.
Weiler, excuse me. Oh, Coach Colson is fired up.
Telling her team to have some pride. Something has to change. Light a fire for them.
So French might be ready here. Draw to go out. Prager putting it just beyond the reach there.
Draw control goes to the Lakers.
Prager with the ball, move it down the center of the field.
Ooh.
Big swing from Avery French there.
Yeah, got to be careful there. Slash does not have to make contact as long as it's deemed uncontrollable.
Feed into the middle, tipped by Lakeridge. A little bit prickly on that ground ball. Still a 50-50 ball coming up Lake Oswego. Looks like number 35, Olivia Schaefer, picking up that ground ball.
French was in there battling for it. Just got to get your top hand high and really run through those.
Ball with Kelly, over to Prager. Up to Turley. Over to Doan.
Decent footwork there by French
Good
defensively.
defense. Save. Looks like we have through the sphere. Officials are trying to figure out where.
So official
Ball needs to
felt it was a flag. Official felt that it affected the shot, therefore it's going to become an 8-meter. If it didn't affect the shot, she shot, then it would just stay.
Olivia Schaefer with that top center hash.
Thought Lakeridge moved early there, but waved away by the officials.
Huge save by Grace Houlihan. They needed that. Lake Oswego
Lakeridge
ride.
is clumped right now. There's nowhere to pass because they're all in the same
Space.
Yeah. They're going to have to spread out. Lake Oswego's always been excellent at their ride. And right now, yeah, they're just trying to outrun them, which I don't think is going to work.
Ball with Doan. Nobody in front of her to pass the ball to, so she's going by herself. Got pushed. Pushed into the goal circle, it looks like. Coach Colson upset about that call.
Yeah, that's one of those I could see kind of going either way, so feel for Coach Colson on that one. You know, Doan had a head of steam and was driving hard to cage, but you know, officials can only call what they see, and they felt it was a push, so a push it was.
Push it was. Looks like we're at the hanging hash. It's a tough hash to finish from, so she'll probably look to pass to the far side. Opts to pull out. Kelly with the ball. Big dodge again. We got a held flag.
Flag was put away there.
Didn't affect the scoring play. Prager with the ball. Over to Turley. Back out to Doan.
It's probably the longest possessions Lake Oswego's had. Kind of just been driving hard and having their way, so maybe Lakeridge is locking in a little bit.
Feed inside to Kelly. Oof.
And as I say that,
Sniped. That was a great finish.
yeah, Kelly has those hard finishes. I would love to know how fast she shoots.
That had to be at least 75, 80 miles per hour.
Yeah, I mean, she's got whip on that when she's coming off the edge. That's tough to stop. You know, Houlihan has a tall task in front of her here.
That is the first goal we've had in this quarter, which is pretty wild. We're about halfway through the quarter. Current score is 11-1.
So Lake Oswego back with the running clock, up by 10. Lakeridge is just burning their own time right now.
Turley with the draw control.
Yeah, and I think that time she did opt to go with Millie, but Turley was just quick off the circle.
Ball with Doan. Over to Stella Lasis. Back up to Kelly. Her signature dodge there.
Yeah.
Back out to Prager. Ball down. Coming up Lakeridge. Can they get out of it? Looks like they got fouled. It's going to be Lakeridge's ball.
Can they clear it now is the question. They're not going to be able to outrun Lake Oswego.
Kaylee Martin with the quick outlet on the far side.
They're still all completely congested. They're within the 40 and the 20.
Yep.
Their entire team's within 20 yards.
They need to get more people up top so they can transition the ball with space.
Yeah, I mean, even if, let's say they get it in the middle.
They're not going to have anyone to move the ball to.
Where's next going to be? Their attackers are too high.
Ball out to Potmeyer.
She's just going to have to run.
Masari.
Nope.
Can't outrun Lake Oswego. Doing a decent job of keeping possession, though. Avery French unfortunately turned it over, but quick into the ride. Doan with the ball for Lake Oswego.
Yeah, I just think Lakeridge is going to have some depth on their transition. I mean, that's only the second time they've had the ball in an opportunity transition, but they're 0 for 2, and that's not the clearing percentage you want, especially when you're playing the top team in the state.
Absolutely. They're going to have to be more disciplined and keep more people on the far end of the field to help with that space. Ball up to Lem. Back to Kelly. Kelly with the drive. Big crash by Lakeridge. Good check and a caused turnover. That's Ashlyn Weiler with the ball. Swings it back through Grace Houlihan. Looking out for the far side to Kaylee Martin. Tipped by Parker Lem. Foul called, a push against against Lakeridge. Lake Oswego with a quick feed to the inside for Millie Prager and a finish.
Scoring for the Lakers, junior number 10, Millie Prager. Assist from junior number 7.
That puts the score at 12-1 with 4 minutes left in this half.
Yeah, it's a tall order to come back from, Britt. It's certainly a big ask. You know, I think Coach Colson thinks her team can do it. Yep. Lakeridge getting a little warning there for throwing sticks. Not allowed to throw.
Even if you're switching them.
Yep, yeah. So no one was harmed in the making of the switch. So just a warning from the officials there, but it is a rule.
Lakeridge showing a bit more life here on the defensive end, which is exciting. Hopefully they can get the ball transitioned from the defense to the attack.
A little switch up with their circle. Push and a run into the official. Whistle restart for interference.
Interference on the official, yeah, fair enough.
Crazy
Parker
official
Lem
out
with the
there
ball.
just taking blocks.
I hear a couple of the officials down there played rugby, so it might be helpful.
Skill you didn't know you needed. So
Prager with the ball on the far side, up to Kelly. Up to Turley. Turley with the drive, looking on the far side, cut from Lem. Oh, saved before it went over the goal line.
yeah, kind of a double save there. Lisa's just tried to go, I think, a little pop over the top, maybe a little cheeky, and now we're in a little bit of a cat and mouse game.
So fun rule in lacrosse, if the ball has been played, meaning the player has been either checked or pressured or etc., she can go back into her goal circle. However, she has 10 seconds. I don't know why she left so early.
Yeah, so one of the issues with this kind of system of Lakeridge pushing everyone up is there is someone open, but
Yep.
they're not able to find it right now because everyone's the same.
Man, caused turnover by Prager and a finish by number 1, Lila Turley.
Yeah, so now we're at 13-1. About 1:40 left in the half. And, you know, there's a whole nother half to play.
Big hustle play by Grace Houlihan to try to keep that possession. Unfortunately, it is easy to check a goalie stick when you're out of the goal circle. Large surface area there. Unfortunate.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's hard to identify the open player, too, when someone's in your face and you're feeling that pressure. You know, Houlihan is just a sophomore. She got the first team, you know, so clearly a capable goalie. You know, tough shots she's seen tonight, so.
Absolutely.
And that, you know, as a goalie, that can play with your mind a little bit.
Lakeridge switches up the draw and gets a draw control, number 21, Juliet Lamb.
They only got about 40 seconds here, so, you know, maybe swing it maybe once and then get into something. Get a look on cage before
the half.
Yeah, before the half expires here. 30 seconds now. Looks like
Chase Speakerman.
Yeah, they're just taking their, you know, taking their time, setting up something.
Probably looking for the last look. Looks like an ISO play up top. A drive from Chase Speakerman. And
Good
a
back
save.
check.
Oh, back check, yeah.
Yeah.
Good hustle play on Lakeridge, though. I think she fouled her own teammate.
Yeah, there's only about 2 seconds left, so
And time.
maybe not the worst foul there.
Well, we got another 5-minute halftime. Score is 13-1. Oswego over Lakeridge in this semifinal matchup.
We'll be back with you in a few.
See you soon.
But you can head north to the Snack Shack, and they are still open, it looks like. And this might be your last chance down there. Try to get those hot dogs and the popcorn and those nachos.
Welcome back to our state semifinal matchup of Lake Oswego versus Lakeridge, our second semifinal for today. Score is still 13-1. Lake Oswego with a pretty dominant first half. Lakeridge probably looking to answer back a little bit. Sean, what are your thoughts? What do we got from the stat booth?
You know, I think if you're Lakeridge, you got to take what you got, and I think you can at least hang your hat on we had a better second quarter. You know, so continuing to try to work on that improvement of the second quarter and kind of own that a little bit. But yeah, it just kind of goes back to the draw circle. Defensively, they're not stout enough right now to stop what Lake Oswego's bringing, so they're going to have to get more opportunities and then a better job. If they do get a stop, like they haven't been able to clear the ball, and that's led to quick turnovers and quick goals by Lake Oswego. So take care of the ball in the midfield. I'm personally not a huge fan of the shift up to have all of your players within 20 yards. But, you know, Coach Colson's an excellent coach, so obviously she's seeing something there that I'm not, and something that maybe has worked for them previously this year.
Looks like we have push on blue off of the draw. It's going to be white ball. Millie Prager with the draw.
Yeah, so unfortunately probably not what Colson drew up in the center circle. French has got to be careful there. That's kind of the second swing she's had.
Looks like a foul for across the body. Parker Lem with the ball at the top of the 12, meaning they only have to clear the lane.
Her decent lane right now, though, to drive.
Yeah, they might want to shift in a little bit to not give her that much space. Good crash, though, by Lakeridge.
They should ride out that double team.
The drive and redrive, though. Oh, save by, they switched up their goalie. Looks like number 18 in goal, Charlotte Halstead.
And I believe Halstead was an honorable mention. So 2 solid goalkeepers Lakeridge has to work with, but unfortunately can't clear it.
Turnover by Kelly, but it got checked in the midst of a shot and it went way high. Looks like Lakeridge was closest to the ball when it went out of bounds. So it's going to be Lakeridge ball.
I think on that one, just no one was below GLE. I'm surprised they're not giving it to the goalie in the goal circle on that one.
That rule changed this year, actually. It is anyone can take it, and it has to happen where the ball is and where it went out of bounds. So the goalie, even if the goalie chases, anyone can pick up that ball where it went out of bounds.
So again, having some trouble in transition here.
Lakeridge all within about 30 yards of each other. Very condensed, making it a little bit easy for Lake Oswego to ride. Kaylee Martin with an errant pass, picked up by number 2, Ella Oliva. Ball out to Riley Mullen on the far side. Avery French trying to slow down that ball, giving a little bit of a shove there. Split that double team. Man, smart play by, who is that, number 6, Riley Mullen.
Yeah, that's some senior leadership right there. Saw it closing, did a little stutter and took off.
Olivia Schaefer with the ball behind. Great check by Avery French, picked up by number 1, Chase Speakerman. Lakeridge struggling to get the ball out of their defensive end still.
Yeah, and they're gonna have to find an answer on their clear. Haven't seen them play enough to know what's worked for them in the past, but
caused turnover by Lake Oswego. Marin Kelly with the ball. Looks like we have it across the body. Marin Kelly at the first inside hash. Foul against Kaylee Martin.
Coach Timmer's calling them to settle the ball here, so I wonder if she'll give Kelly the green light to go or opt for her to take it out.
Kelly opts to pull out. Prager with the ball.
Nice little pop cut down low there.
Parker Lem with a drive.
I was talking with Coach Timberg earlier, and she mentioned they have a couple different offenses, and they kind of use it based on what the defense is doing, you know, different personnel excelling at what they do best. So this is a kind of a good opportunity for them to work out some kinks.
Riley Mullen with a drive and a shot. It went wide. Lake Oswego with the chase, able to keep possession there. Looks like Riley Mullen may have been pushed on that shot, or maybe lost a footing. Ended up down in the middle of the 8 there. Doan with a drive and a finish. Stick side low.
Yeah, so that, you know, Lake Oswego's been doing that for years. They have that nice edge cut, catch inside and a quick shot. You know, difficult for goalies to track there because you're following the ball, then you're looking inside, then it's coming back around you. You know, no easy answer there. They got to start fronting their cutters. They got to crash. Elo's coming at them from 6 different ways right now. So they shut out the drive, then they're getting the feeds.
Smart attacking play by Lake Oswego. Score is 14-1, 7 minutes left in this third quarter.
About halfway through almost this first quarter. Wind's starting to pick up here.
It's going to get a little chilly down there with the sun down.
Yeah, do you think the elements will play a role at all?
I don't know, it depends. It does not look like it's going to rain, which is one of the biggest effects on a women's lacrosse stick. But having cold hands is also unhelpful. Huge hustle play by Parker Lem to pick up that draw control. Avery French with a bit of extra contact. Got that foul called. Ball up to Maggie Lockard.
Back in a familiar space here with Lake Oswego on attack.
Marin Kelly with the ball behind GLE, driving in an ISO. Very good 1v1 attacker. Great defense by number 19, Sydney Potmeyer. As a freshman, that was a huge stop.
Yeah, I think Potmeyer did well not to foul there and just continue to move her feet. She's going to get caught in 3 seconds, though.
They called an across the body, or potentially
push, maybe. A little bit of frustration, maybe. Frustration foul there.
Riley Mullen with the second inside hash. First inside hash, can't see it from up here.
Britt, you played goalie. What do you think about the stance there from Halstead?
You know, the wide stance is really becoming a thing at many different levels. At first I hated it, but now I'm starting to see that it allows you to get your feet on the outside of your stick for low shots. So, you know, I'm torn. I personally haven't played it. It drove me crazy at first when I first saw it come out, but general rule of thumb, it can allow you to get lower on low shots. So, who knows? What do you think?
Whatever works for you. If you're Oscar the Grouch playing trash can and you make a save, I'm for it.
Keep the ball to the back of the net.
Yep.
If it works, it works.
A save's a save's a save. Counts the same on the stat sheet, so don't care what you look like. Come to Redlands. Just.
You heard it here first. Recruiting Oscar the Grouches only.
Hopefully my 2024 commit is not watching this. She's an excellent goalkeeper. And has technique. So.
Love that for you.
Yeah, back to 15-1 here. About 4 minutes left to go in the third.
Millie Prager directing the draw to a self-draw behind her. Phenomenal control on the draws for Millie Prager.
Yeah, she just keeps getting better and better each year. Going to be an asset in college for sure.
Errant pass tipped by Lakeridge. Picked up by number 1, Lila Turley, Lake Oswego. Barrett Doan with the ball. Up to Kelly. Over to Prager. Back to Turley. Quick feed inside to Marin Kelly with a great snag, but an amazing crash by Lakeridge. They had 3 people on that ball as it went in. Kelly with the redrive, looking for a dump pass to Prager. Lakeridge again with a beautiful crash, a held flag for a cross check, it looks like.
It's always a little bit deflating there as a defensive coach when you feel like, you know, you've made some progress, you got some stops, and then a little bit of a ticky-tacky foul kind of implodes on you. Looks like Kelly's going to go for the pop and shop.
Went wide. Lake Oswego there for the ball.
Yeah, couldn't have been standing in a better place. She was almost exactly
Right
where
there.
the shot went out of bounds.
Lucky she didn't get hit.
Definitely, I would not want to get hit with a shot from Marin Kelly.
Ball up with Kelly up top.
Look how sunken her defender is. Look how all that room they're giving them.
Almost baiting them to drive, right?
They're just sinking in. I mean, we saw a shooting space earlier.
We have an across the body call. Colson asking for a held cross foul.
I don't think the officials are going to change their mind. I've actually only seen that happen one time when it was a basketball game.
I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Feed inside.
Coach Murphy at Redlands was not happy, and it went against him. So
Interesting.
I've never seen it work before. And here we go again with the cat and mouse game. Goal circle violation there.
Goal circle violation on White, yep. So if the goalie picks the ball up outside of the goal circle, they are allowed to step back in. However, if they step out, they cannot go back in as soon as the clock runs out. So quick clear, empty stick check, got lucky there.
Yeah. I mean, here they are again. 1, 2.
Everybody.
Yeah, 7 players with it. I mean,
Number 10, Grace Arid, able
Yeah.
to get out of there, though. They need to get over the 30 safely. Horizontal stick. It's getting a bit chaotic down there.
I think that's the first time Lakeridge has been able to clear. Good help from the first year there. Coach Colson is still fired up.
Speaking to our fourth official at the table down there.
Yep. Maybe she'll be
Chase Speakerman.
double sent. Someone's open on the backside.
Got through the sphere called. They need to be able to get their hands free to find that open person on the backside in that double team.
Yeah, only about 30 seconds left, so I think Chase should probably pick up the ball.
Yep, might want to go a little quicker.
Yeah, I know.
Second inside hash.
Quite aware of the time. Got 20
15
seconds
left. And a finish. Great high to low shot.
Yeah, nice strong finish there by Chase, and it's probably going to close out the quarter here. You know, the 2 goals that Lakers has had have both been impact players that Coach Colson mentioned in our talk this week. Chase Speakerman, Avery French, both captains, first team, all league players, you know, showing up for their team when they really need it.
Absolutely. Only had 2 goals scored during that quarter. Score currently right now is 15-2. Lake Oswego over Lakeridge in our semifinal matchup. There is a little bit of heat coming from the Lakeridge bench. What do you think Coach Colson is talking about down there?
Well, hopefully she's staying off the rules now and into the coach's book and moved on. And probably trying to get her team to lock in and show a little fight. She's got a young team. You know, Speakerman's graduating, but still a lot of talent coming back with French. Martin, who she mentioned, is a captain, playing with a broken pinky, actually. You might have noticed she was cast up. I know you mentioned she made an errant pass earlier tonight, but that was, I'm sure, attributed to
Stick
not
control.
Yeah, not having a pinky there. Obviously, a couple talented goalkeepers. It's tough as a goalie to stay mentally focused in a game like this, so they made that halftime switch. And now we got Halstead, who's an honorable mention, so I'm sure she's just trying to get him to, you know, play with a little bit of pride and make some improvements. And, you know, they've gotten this far, and I think that was, you know, a tribute to the team and Coach Colson and even Coach Basso. You know, he's kind of been the only consistency there over the years. So shout out to Coach Basso.
Especially with a goalie coach. Those are few and far between.
Yeah. A man passionate for the goal.
Love it. If you're Coach Timberg, what are you telling your team? What's the game plan for quarter 4?
You know, Britt, I think that's actually an interesting question. You can kind of start to play it, I think, 2 ways. I think you have a comfortable lead. I think you continue to either FOGO or at least have Prager take the draw. Maybe if you have someone else, you start to use them. But the question is, are you going to keep, like, when you start taking off maybe some of your starters, or when you start to put in some players to get them that experience that you think are going to be, you know, in this situation next year? And I think that's kind of the question Coach Timberg and her staff are probably asking themselves right now.
Yeah, do you give them the experience and maybe lose a couple goals because of that, or, you know, see what ability they have to step up? I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, and, you know, as they go, if the store stays the same and Lake Oswego goes into the state championship, you know, do you want your defense to see the ball a little bit, you know, and have that a little bit of experience, or do you just want to lay it on and go in with a lot of confidence to the state finals?
I guess we'll see what they decide. We got Millie Prager on the draw for Lake Oswego and number 21, Juliet Lamb. Seems like this draw setup has been a bit more successful for Lakeridge. We'll see if it's successful this go around as we start quarter 4.
Yeah, and a few less draws the last couple of quarters, so I think that's
helpful.
Played to Lakeridge's hand a little bit. Prager's just so deadly off the draw. You can see her right now communicating to her circle, telling him where she's going to put it.
Avery French had a step, but wasn't able to come up with it. Millie Prager with the draw control. Lakeridge was good hustle on the
yeah,
ride.
they're showing some fire for Culture Corson there. I think every single attacker really gave their best effort in the ride. So, again, it's a positive that, you know, you want to take away as a coach and look for in your team and, you know, get your younger players instilled in that kind of, you know, tradition and effort.
Number 11, Stella Lasis with the ball. Moving it over to Kelly on the far side. Looked for a feed inside to number 11 and a save. Clutch kick save there. Lila Turley with the ball. Parker Lem looking for the 1v1 drive. Sent a good crash to try to prevent that, but still driving and re-driving. It's tough to keep up as a defender.
And a flag off the backside there. 3 seconds called.
That's one of those calls that I understand why they call it, but I almost feel like shooting space takes care of that.
Well, we did do that a few years ago, remember? In the college level, they took away 3 seconds and did shooting space only, and then shortly after that brought 3 seconds back.
Because of safety.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, you know.
I get it. I just hate it as a defender. Feed inside from number 1, Lila Turley, to number 11, Stella Lasis.
Man, Lasis finishes that time. I think she tried to kind of do a pop over the top last time, and this time she just kind of shot it right around. So, good job there from your senior attacker, learning and developing within the game. Coach Colson egging her team on to keep working. Training, talking about the draw. You know, Lake Oswego doesn't have a huge bench. They don't bring up a ton of kids. So do you think we will see some changes this evening?
I don't know, to be honest. I have been in a few Lake Oswego games this year, and I haven't seen a whole lot of changes the whole year. So, you know, it's possible that it's, you know, it's a varsity sport. We're in the championships. Don't need to change it. Keep it going. I've only seen a couple players come on and off the field for them, so
I think another way Prager has improved is just her change of speed. She just seems to have a extra level this year with her change of speed and kind of her directional steps.
Looks like they're going to stop the clock for a repeated major foul, yellow card. If you have too many fouls in one transition, which that was 3, it's a repeated major foul to the team.
That one's so tough because it's just all of our rules are subjective in women's lacrosse, and then you add a second layer of subjectivity of how many fouls is too many fouls.
Yep. A lot of times officials use that to try to calm it down if tensions are high, which, you know, Lakeridge doesn't want to lose this game at the rate that they're losing it, so tensions are probably pretty high for them. Prager with the ball up top. Looks like they're posting up someone in the midfield or in the middle of the 8 there, since they're a player up.
Just a hard drive there.
Hard drive and a check through the sphere for Parker Lem. Give her a free position on that second inside hash.
Still in running clock here, so time is ticking away.
Bounce shot by Parker Lem. Snuck it right past bottom left side of Charlotte Halstead's shins there.
So 17-2. About 7:20 left to go. Speakerman still serving her yellow card.
Same draw setup again. We have number 10, Millie Prager for Lake Oswego, and number 21, Juliet Lamb. Lakeridge had to send a different person over to the draw there since they still have Chase out on the sideline. .6:48 to go in this quarter, in this game. See if Lakeridge can have some life through the end of this quarter. It's going to be a redraw. Ball didn't go all the way above their heads there. Someone off ball called a hold, so they're going to give it to Lakeridge.
It's kind of what Lakeridge needed. Speakerman was released.
Oof. Low angle shot saved.
Yeah, probably not the shot Coach Colson had drawn up. Understand, as a player, Lamb, just a first year, you know, feeling like, okay, I can make this shot. I can give my team a little momentum, but probably not what Coach Colson was looking for there.
Through the sphere, reach check there against Lila Turley. They got to move it back to where the ball, or spot of the foul. Lila Turley racing through, passes the ball up to Lem.
One with a head of steam.
Nobody there to slow her down. Quick feed into the middle. Errant pass tipped by the goalie, Charlotte Hallstad. Picked up by Lake Oswego. Quick feed into the middle by Lila Turley. Pass went behind the cage. Stella Laces picks it up. Ball out to Barrett Doan.
Looks like Timberg is making some defensive subs here.
Give some defense some minutes. Lila Turley passes the ball over to Stella Laces. We have our fourth official calling the timeout here. That fourth official is responsible for substitutions, ensuring that substitutions happen properly. There was an illegal substitution, which is a yellow card. Green card. Delay of game, illegal substitution. It's going to be blue ball down there.
At the high school level, that's the green card essentially just means
Turnover.
Change of a possession if it's not, or ownership of the possession if it's still to be determined.
If you get a second green card in the game for something similar, then it's a green-yellow, which is a 2-minute penalty on whoever receives that green-yellow.
Don't see a ton of greens at the high school level.
We don't. There's far more at the collegiate level. Let's see if Lakeridge can get out of this defensive end. Errant pass. Ooh, stays. Ball is loose through some chaos.
I think she was just so shocked, Wall, that came to her that she
dropped it.
Yeah, didn't know what to do with it.
Turley with a ground ball pickup.
Couldn't believe her luck, maybe. So the illegal substitution kind of null and void.
Parker Lem with the ball, moves it over to Turley, out to Kelly, down to, looks like Prager on the backside, feet inside to Lila Turley, and a finish.
It's just all Lakeridge, or all Lake Oswego.
Yeah, this is unfortunate. Lakeridge has to figure out a way to get out of the defensive end safely. I think they're struggling with that under the high amount of pressure that they're getting from Lake Oswego. Current score is 18-2, 3 minutes and 35 seconds left in this game.
Yeah. I mean, if you're Coach Timberg, you got to feel confident going into the state finals. Just 3 minutes, 20 seconds left, up 18-2. able to get in some of your defensive subs. You know, attacks firing on all cylinders. We've seen Turley and Prager and Kelly and Doan. Mullen had a goal tonight. You know, so tons of different goal scorers. Your junior class is just tearing it up. They look confident. They look good. They're keeping their heads up. They're sharing the ball. If you're Lakeridge, you know, I think you had a great season. I think you're proud of the way your players contributed. I think you have some great returners and a new culture that I'm sure Coach Colson's trying to integrate. A couple of talented goalies, obviously, with Halstead as honorable mention and Houlihan as a first-team goalie and the TRL. That's no easy
joke.
Yeah, that's no easy order there.
Quick feed inside. Tipped by Lakeridge. Still comes up Lake Oswego. Parker Lem with that ground ball. 2 minutes left. Kelly up top.
Hello, we'll just continue to kind of work their offensive looks. Doan with the shot. Flag was held.
Looks like we may have had a cross the body, but there's an injured player currently.
They're trying to get the athletic trainer. You never want to see that. Any game is down right now. It's unfortunate. Hopefully the ATs can come take a look at her and get her recovered quickly.
Absolutely. Hopefully it's nothing serious.
Yeah, just under 2 minutes to play here in the final quarter. That's not what anyone wants to see for either team. Hopefully she'll be all right.
So, looking at Thursday for if this result holds, obviously. Lake Oswego versus Jesuit. What predictions do you have?
You know, based on we watched two completely different semifinals games. You know, I think Lake Oswego looks super sharp on the draw, and I think Jesuit had some stuff to kind of work through. I think they did. They did a nice job making some adjustments, but LO looks like they have kind of a recipe that's been working for them through and through. We didn't really get to see them play defense, so you know, that might bode well. They might have some fresher legs than maybe Jesuit, but also might, you know, could go the other way. They could be not have kind of primed themselves, whereas Jesuit did play, you know, especially in those first few quarters, a significant number of minutes defensively. But, you know, I got no skin in the game, so I'm just hoping for a great game, a close game. I want to keep it exciting, and, you know, some good, clean lacrosse. And it looks like she's up, so that's a relief for everyone here in the stadium to see she's up and moving, and the ATs are out there. How about you, Britt? Any thoughts on what could potentially be another Lake Oswego Jesuit state final?
State final matchup. How many years in a row is that?
You're the OGLA
We'll have to find out.
Aren't you the vice president of high school lacrosse?
Indeed, I should. You're not wrong.
Okay.
We'll look it up and have that answer for Thursday for sure. Glad to see number 4, Emma Masari, walking.
Yeah, unfortunate to see there. Good to see her moving, walking a little bit on her own power. Wish her the best and hope that she is all right.
Absolutely.
So officials will have to kind of work through some stuff there. I think we had a flag.
We had a flag, I think, for an across the body. It looked like it may have borderline been a charge from my angle way up here in the box. So take that with a grain of salt.
The best place to ref from.
The best place.
It's definitely.
We have a charge on the shooter and a dangerous contact. So it'll be an off. It would be an offsetting, but there's a yellow card on the play, so that will go to Lake Oswego.
So Lakeridge will have to finish this game player down. And Ella will be able to, if they so choose, to probably ride out the minute
Last
45.
2 minutes,
We'll see if they opt to take the free position or if they choose to play pass for the last 145.
Minute 45 to go. Score is 18-2. Lake Oswego over Lakeridge.
Doan is set up on that center hash. Looks like she might be interested in one more goal here this evening.
Yeah, definitely lining up to drive. Decides to pull out instead. Wonder if they're going to stall or wait for last shot. Ball over to Kelly.
Intent to work it around at least once.
Up to Prager. Back to Kelly. Lakeridge playing a little bit of higher pressure on the passes there. Lila Turley with the ball. Riley Mullen with a bit of a drive, decides to pull back out. Stella Lasis with the ball, moves it over to Prager.
Wide open there. Probably not the person you want to leave wide open.
Marin Kelly.
Yeah, just let her rip it from the 12.
45 seconds left. Lake Oswego with kind of half looks to cage, then pulling back out.
Yeah, I think they're content to ride this out, maybe get one more look on cage before it's over. They played a pretty complete game on their attacking and draw game.
Doan with a feed inside. Off ball cross or push potentially.
And that's might be the way it goes. There's 10 seconds left here with that Mullen.
5 seconds.
Yeah, senior Mullen. 2 seconds.
And that is game. Final score is 18-2. Lake Oswego over Lakeridge. You'll see Sean Hansen and I, Britt Hartmann, back here tomorrow for the Silver Cup Championship. We have Wilsonville High School playing against Lincoln High School. Tune in for that. As for the state championships, we'll be going Thursday, Lake Oswego versus Jesuit for the, we'll find out how many years in a row.
Are we counting 21?
Sure. 21?
Not recognized by OGLA.
That's valid. Okay, fair enough. We'll have to take a look. Going back into the history book, Sean.
We hope you join us. Thanks for joining us this evening.
It's been fun. Catch you tomorrow.
Lakers Crusaders State Championship.